The Lord be with you. I'm Deacon Keith Fournier, and our first reading is from the Book of Wisdom. Let us see if what he says is true and test him to see what sort of end he will have. For if the upright man is God's son, God will help him and rescue him from the clutches of his enemies. Let us test him with cruelty and with torture, and thus explore this gentleness of his and put his patience to the test. Let us condemn him to a shameful death, since God will rescue him, or so he claims. In our response, from Psalm 54, arrogant men are attacking me, bullies, hounding me to death, no room in their thoughts for God. But now God is coming to my help, the Lord among those who sustain me. May their wickedness recoil on those who lie in wait for me. Yahweh, in your constancy, destroy them. How gladly will I offer you sacrifice and praise your name, for it is good, for it has rescued me from all my troubles, and my eye has feasted on my enemies. Our second reading is from the letter of St. James. Wherever there are jealousy and ambition, there are also disharmony and wickedness of every kind. Whereas the wisdom that comes down from above is essentially something pure. It is also peaceable, kindly, and considerate. It is full of mercy and shows itself by doing good. Nor is there any trace of partiality or hypocrisy in it. The peace sown by peacemakers brings a harvest of justice. Where do these wars and battles between yourselves first start? Is it not precisely in the desires fighting inside your own selves? You want something and you lack it, so you kill. You have an ambition that you cannot satisfy, so you fight to get your way by force. It is because you do not pray that you do not receive. When you do pray and do not receive, it's because you prayed wrongly, wanting to indulge your passions. In a reading from the Holy Gospel according to St. Mark. After leaving that place, they made their way through Galilee. And Jesus did not want anyone to know, because he was instructing his disciples. He was telling them, "The Son of Man will be delivered into the power of men. They will put him to death. And 3 days after he has been put to death, he will rise again." But they did not understand what he said and were afraid to ask him. They came to Capernaum, and when he got into the house, he asked them, "What were you arguing about on the road?" They said, "Nothing," because on the road they had been arguing which of them was the greatest. So he sat down, called the 12 to him, and said, "If anyone wants to be first, he must make himself last of all and servant of all." He then took a little child whom he set among them and embraced, and he said to them, "Anyone who welcomes a little child such as this in my name welcomes me. And anyone who welcomes me welcomes not me, but the one who sent me." The Gospel of the Lord.